So our next interviewed one will be my dad's friend, that his name is Pablo Gonzalez. He lives in San Antonio and he will share about his perspective on this issue, but in the USA. So let's go with you, Pablo.
Hello, my name is Pablo Gonzalez. I live in San Antonio, Texas. I've been living here for the past 5 years, and thank you for inviting me for this interview.
Okay, so we're gonna start with the first question, Pablo. What is your perspective on pollution? And how do you acquire this perspective?
Well, I think it's common knowledge that pollution is very bad for human beings. It affects us in many, many ways, from our everyday life to the development of children. It has issues and impact on our health. It prevents us from enjoying the outdoors and nature. I think I got this perspective while experiencing what could be a pollution in my city.
Okay, Pablo, I completely agree with you. I believe that knowing that pollution is bad is literally common sense. And also, besides learning that pollution is bad, we should also learn about the solutions to overcome this kind of issue. So let's move to the second question. Which aspects of your cultural identity can you relate to this issue?
Well, I don't adhere to a particular cultural identity per se. I have many roles. I play many roles in society. I'm a father. I'm a family man. I'm an employee. I'm a Christian. I'm a citizen. And I don't think that a particular identity has influenced my perspective on this issue. However, there's clearly cultural implications. You can go, for example, downtown here in San Antonio, and you will see vast amounts of trash in the streets. You will walk downtown, you can smell awful things that happen on the streets. I think that's a cultural issue, depending on the part of town that you are on. And I think this cultural perspective is mainly present with the pollution on the streets. Other types of pollution, like air pollution, I don't think they really correlate to this issue.
Okay. What I liked about what you say is that you you have acquired not only one role but many other roles. So I kind of admire that, and because of that, it is a little difficult to relate some of those identities with this issue. It could be easier, but in your case, I guess that it's not. So let's go with the third question. What is the impact of pollution on your personal life?
Well, the impact of pollution on my personal life, I think it's limited to health issues. I suffer from allergies, so if in a particular day there's a lot of smog in the air, I can suffer from cough or redness of the eyes. Uh, the other impact on my personal life is just the visual perspective. If I see pollution on the streets, or I see pollution on a river, on a lake, uh, that's mainly it.
Yeah, I clearly understand that feeling. I'm also allergic to some kinds of soil or particles that spread around the air and all that, but that also affects me in a kind of negative way. But it is interesting to know about it. So now let's move on into the fourth question. So, what are the beliefs about the issue in your peer group, family, and community?
Well, the perspective on this issue for my peers or my inner circle are basically the same. We all know that pollution is detrimental to society, and we experience it in very much the same way. It's bad for our health. Although I know a couple of people that are more invested into this issue, and they participate in activism regarding pollution and the environment.
Okay, yeah, I think that is a good idea to hear different perspectives from different kinds of people. And also, I personally like to know about the way they think about this topic in specific. So, yeah, I completely agree with you. So, the next question will be uh, how do you think these groups that you mentioned earlier acquire this perspective or beliefs?
Well, my community and my peers and my inner circle, they acquire this information on pollution the same way I do. I mean, there's the experiential part where we experience pollution for ourselves, what we can see in the streets of our city, in the outdoors. But there's also news campaigns on this issue. There's the activism, protests, and campaigns, and I think all of this affects the awareness of people on this issue, and it's beneficial for our society.
All right, very good. So let's go to the sixth question. How do you think pollution is present in the United States, in San Antonio in your case?
Well, pollution in the United States is present in many ways. I think it's different depending on where you live. But, well, I mean, we have every kind of pollution. I mean, from street pollution, air pollution, the pollution of the oceans, oil spills, pollution of rivers and lakes. We see companies dropping waste in the waters. We see people being disrespectful of nature and throwing trash and throwing waste in nature. This affects all of us, including human beings and also animal life.
Yeah, I think that what you just said is a very good representation of how the United States is facing this kind of issues that is pollution. Also, I kind of relate um, the situations and events that are happening now in your country with my own country because it is almost like the same situation where we both are in. So I can relate with that. So now I'm gonna ask you, I'm gonna say to you three cases about about this issue, but it's gonna include the solutions. And then at the end, you're gonna say your opinion about these cases. So let's start with the first one. So, in some parts of Mexico, some artists are implementing the topic of the reduction of pollution and contamination into some murals. The paintings presented in the murals are made with the purpose of spreading awareness among people. Personally, I think that this is helpful because not many people pay attention to this serious topic, and it is essential to take into account the impact that we're causing to our world. So, Pablo, what do you think about this?
Well, I think the painting of murals on public walls is it's a good idea to spread a message. It creates conscience and awareness about the problem. But I think also it should be done under certain rules or regulations because some of the paintings sometimes they create another type of pollution which is visual pollution. So as long as the message is understandable and the painting is of good taste and values, I think it's a good idea. Not only mural but also I don't know, so some type of ads or campaigns that create awareness.
Yeah, I think I agree with you. Uh, uh, Public walls, as you said, it is a very good implementation to create consciousness on people and to spread awareness uh, for individuals to create new solutions and to pay attention at this problem. As long as it's regulated and the the message is put it in a clear and concise way, I think it should be okay. So let's go to the second case. So you're gonna know this one, I guess. In the USA, many celebrities and symbols from different industries, such as the movie and music industries, have been inspiring and motivating people to take into consideration this issue. They have been making campaigns to create awareness among people so they can implement solutions for this issue in their daily lives. I believe that this is a good idea to gain the trust of people to push them to make a change for the environment's sake. What's your opinion about this case, Pablo?
Well, having celebrities spread the message and create awareness is also a good way to make people conscious and aware of the problem of pollution. I think that social media is an excellent platform for everyone, not just celebrities, to do this. And I think it has a profound impact, especially in the younger citizens. So yes, I think it is a good idea to spread the message and take advantage of the social media and the hashtags and all the tools that are available right now.
Yeah, I like that about the USA. I like that their own citizens, well, citizens, mostly celebrities, are trying to uh, spread awareness on their spectators and on their fans for them to motivate their fans and their spectators to try to seek and search for new and more solutions to try to reduce this issue. And I like that because here in Mexico, and not that many people, not that powerful or wealthy people do that. So I like that about the USA. Okay, so right now we're in the last case. So in Pakistan, companies are trying to build new types of buildings in certain cities. The good thing is that these buildings will be biophilic, meaning that they will be close to nature and have an environmentally friendly composition, which will lead to the reduction of pollution in general. Personally, this is a beneficial investment for Pakistan because nowadays this country is among the top 4 most polluted countries. Based on the information that I previously shared with you, Pablo, what can you say about this?
Well, I think it depends on how the cities are approaching nature, because in a certain way, when a city spreads and grows and starts gaining terrain and getting closer and closer to the mountains, to the woods, well, this is not good, right? Because we are invading the environment of animals and species, and it takes, you have to cut down trees. So I think that it can be done, but it has to be in a very, very, very studied way. I mean, this has to be almost scientific, and calculations have to be done very precisely for this to work. However, if the point of getting closer to nature is to take advantage of the clean air and the trees, well, this is a good thing, as long as you don't also take with the city the pollution, like a vast number of cars or factories that pollute the air. Because if we take pollution closer to nature, then the damage will spread even more.
Okay, yes, I completely agree with you. I guess that doing this kind of process to supposedly reduce the pollution in Pakistan, it's kind of risky because, or it can end in a good way or in a completely bad way, and causing damage to the rest of the environment in that country. So, as you said, it needs to be studied more, and we need to be, well, scientifics or the people that are going to design these type of buildings need to be careful and aware regarding the consequences that could happen if this process could go wrong. Hey Pablo, now that we've reached the end of this interview, I would like to know, uh, what did you learn about this interview and about this issue? Did your perspective change or still stay the same?
Well, from the conversation that we're having, I think we can agree that both countries suffer from pollution, all kinds of pollution: air pollution, street pollution, pollution of the waters, companies being disrespectful to nature and to people, spilling waste, accidents that pollute the oceans. And there's also in big cities the pollution, noise pollution is also an issue. There are certain parts of the cities that they're just not fit for households because of the noise in the area. So I think it's an ongoing issue. I think that both governments should be more aware of this, and policies should be taken into effect so that we can address these issues and hopefully forge a better place for human beings.
Of course, that I agree with your final reflection completely. Um, I also I'm impressed of how you just analyze all the cultural expression cases, and I cannot say that I disagree. I completely agree with you with all the information that you just gave me, and also the people that are hearing this. Um, Also, I believe that um, that it is important to hear other people ideals and opinions about not only this topic, if not other types of global issue, because if we do that, we can come to an agreement, and also we could come with a solution, with a new solution that could impact our society in a positive way. So, Pablo, thanks for coming here, and I appreciate it so much. And have a nice day. Thank you, Pablo.